Hello, this is Cedric Harris coming to you live here from Tampa, Florida with the daily Team Takeover Marketing / Jeunesse Webinar. I want to welcome each and every one of you to this webinar here tonight, the very first one here of 2015. Welcome to 2015. I'm definitely excited to be able to be your host on this webinar tonight. Someone may have invited you to this presentation that may be a friend of yours, that may be a business partner, that may be a coworker, and they wanted you to see exactly what Jeunesse Global and Team Takeover was truly all about. So I'm humbled to be your host here tonight, and I want to start off by asking a quick favor of you if I could. First of all, as I have a lot of team members that are on the line, we know that technology none of us can control, so I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me correctly and can see my screen okay. And then secondly, if you could do me a favor, maybe eliminate any distractions that you may have, your automatic income reducer, AKA your television, your Skype, your instant messaging, your Facebook, your Apple iPhone 4, 5, 6, 62, your Blueberry, Blackberry, Cranberry, your Android, your Note 5, 16, or whatever the case may be. Totally eliminate that right now and focus on what we're about to review with you tonight, because it could literally be some life-changing information. You see, what you're about to discover is literally how to create freedom and generate the income that you've always dreamed of. And I want to start off by asking you a few simple questions. You know, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to have your mortgage payment, your rent payment, maybe your car note, your power bill, the kids' tuition? Have you ever wondered what it would be like to automatically have those things paid for? Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to have a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 per month passive income that's coming in each and every month? I mean, if that's too broad for your thinking, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to make an extra $4 to $5 grand per month that was coming in whether or not you got out of the bed? I want you to think about those things for a second, because my promise to you tonight is that if you focus for the next 30 to 40 plus minutes, not only can we show you how to literally attain those things, but now they're not wonders, they're not dreams. They're actually a reality that you can witness. Now, who am I and why should you listen to me? Again, my name is Cedric Harris. I'm originally from Richmond, Virginia. I currently live in Tampa Bay, Florida. I've been lucky enough to be inside of the direct selling industry pretty much all of my life. And I was introduced to the network marketing industry 17 plus years ago when I was 22 years young. When I was first introduced to this industry, I knew nothing about the industry. Someone just dragged me to a hotel meeting and stated, you get 3 and you get 3 and you get 3, we all make a gazillion bucks. You know, the company back then was a company called Excel Communications. Back in the 90s, we were selling long distance, and, you know, it was a great run for a short period of time, and it was something that introduced me to the network marketing arena. Well, since that time frame, I've hit a few singles, hit a few doubles, hit a few triples, and hit a few things out of the park. And because of some training that I've been through and quite a few phenomenal mentors in my life, I've learned a lot of things when it came down to internet marketing. And a few years ago, I was inducted into the Internet Marketing Hall of Fame. I had no idea there was a such thing as well. People like myself and Mike Diller, Jay Kubisak, David Wood, just to name a few. I've been a featured speaker with people like Mark Victor Hansen, Jeffrey Combs, Jerry Clark, Jim Rome before he passed. I've been a top recruiter in numerous different companies like Numis Network. I was the #1 recruiter and #1 income earner inside of My Lead System Pro. I was also the #1 recruiter and a 5-star ambassador inside of Visalis Sciences, where we did well over $60+ million in revenue for the company in a year and a half. I'm a co-founder of I Am Tool Suite, the co-founder of One Up Marketing, and I'm also co-author of Stepping Stones to Success, featuring Deepak Chopra, Jack Canfield, and Dr. Dennis Whaley. But you know what? It really, truly didn't all start that way. It actually started right there in that home that you see on your screen in Richmond, Virginia. You know, and I tell people all the time, you will become the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. You will become the top 5 people that you spend the most time with. So if the top 5 people that you spend the most time with are knuckleheads, there's a good chance that you're going to be number 6. If the top 5 people that you spend the most time with are millionaires, there's a good chance you're going to be number 6. If the top 5 people that you spend the most time with are slim, there's a good chance you're going to be number 6. Well, growing up from the ages of 11, 12, all the way up to 18 years young, the top 5 people that I spent the most time with were knuckleheads. So that's what I became, a knucklehead. And when I was 18 years young, I was introduced to someone in a black robe that controlled my life because of some stupid things that I decided to do inside of my life, which changed my life forever, literally changed everything forever. And because of those moments at a very young age, 20 plus years ago, I understood that I needed mentorship. And as I started doing different direct selling things and selling different companies and, networking, I was introduced to the mortgage industry. And back in 2001, I was introduced to a mentor of mine. His name is Bill Edwards. He happens to be the richest man in Treasure Island, Florida. He's worth close to $1 billion, and he hired me as a loan officer in 2001 for his company, Mortgage Investors Corporation. Right place, right time. We did VA loans. We actually had to come to your home and do a flip chart and show you some monsters in your mortgage and, show you what your mortgage was before and after. And it took us about 45 minutes to get you to make a $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 decision. And it was a one-call close. You didn't sell, you didn't eat. Well, in about 6 months, I became the number 2 loan officer. The owner thought it was a fluke. He shot me to different states to see if I can do it there, was able to do it in Detroit, Michigan, and ultimately became the regional manager of that particular office and ultimately rose the ranks to become the president of marketing for the largest VA mortgage lender in the nation. And from 2001 up until 2006, it was a great run, as a lot of you know of from the real estate and mortgage world. But things changed dramatically, and I decided to hop off of the Titanic before it sank because I started to see what was happening inside of the mortgage and real estate arena. And living right here in Florida, the first 3 states that were affected were Florida, Nevada, and California. So I decided to get out and reinvent myself in the internet marketing and network marketing and started doing it with a company called My Lead System Pro, where I was lucky enough to be trained by some of the best and started teaching people how to build and brand themselves online via the internet marketing world through network marketing. Well, because of that, I was able to produce quite a few different products. One of them you see on your screen, the 10K per month attraction marketing blueprint, as well as a lot of these techniques catapult me to becoming a top income earner in different companies like Numis Network and co-founding I Am Tool Suite and spending a significant amount of time with different internet marketers all across the world. And because of this industry, it has allowed me to see things that I never thought that I would see, allowed me to do things with my family that I never thought was actually possible. And the reason that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, is that network marketing at the right time equals freedom. You see, if you catch network marketing at the right time, it literally equals freedom. I can show you a lot of people that might not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but they made a decision and they caught something at the right time. I can show you a significant amount of people that were in the real estate and mortgage arena in 2002, 2003, 2004 that caught it at the right time. So everything is literally about timing. Now, before I go into the right timing of this opportunity, I want to make sure that everyone can still hear my voice, as I have someone saying that they lost the audio. So can everyone still hear me? Okay, I am clear. Unfortunately, for the person who said I lost audio, that must be on your end. So let's go into the #1 best kept secret inside of the home-based business arena. The #1 best kept secret inside the home-based business arena, ladies and gentlemen, is a company called Jeunesse Global. You see, Jeunesse was launched in September of 2009. As a matter of fact, it was launched on September the 9th, 2009 at 9 p.m. When Jeunesse was launched, we launched it with 5 Asian leaders out of the California market, and we launched with 2 product lines. The first product line was a product line called Luminous, which we're going to talk about here shortly, which was totally about stem cell research, adult stem cell research, a full-blown skincare line. as well as we launched another product called Reserve, which is a resveratrol product, which is full of antioxidants. Well, when we launched these two product lines with our 5 Asian leaders out of California, they exploded through the Asian community, which ultimately ended up overseas in Hong Kong, the Philippines, Singapore, all throughout Japan and Asia. And instead of Wendy and Randy, the owners of Jeunesse, trying to force feed the United States and Canada, they decided to follow the leadership. Well, because of that, they instituted their international base first. They set up their international offices first. They set up their infrastructure internationally first, a little backwards than most direct selling companies. Now, as you fast forward 5 years later, this is what has ultimately happened. Year number 1, we did over $60 million in revenue. Year number 2, we did over $120+ million in revenue. Can everybody still hear my voice? Year number 3, we did a tinge under $200 million in revenue. Year number 4, we did a tinge over $260 million in revenue. And year number 5, 2014, we did $416 million in revenue. We are the youngest and fastest growing direct selling association company that is also on the Inc. 500. In the past 3 years alone, our company has grown by 1,800%. I want to put that into perspective for the 476 people that are listening to the sound of my voice. Ladies and gentlemen, if you invested in a stock 3 years ago that was $1,100 for one share and it grew by 1,800%, that stock would be worth a tinge under $20,000 for one share. Let's talk a little bit about the ownership inside of Jeunesse. Our owners are Wendy and Randy, very, very super humble and nice owners. They started inside of our industry well over 2+ decades ago, and they started off doing back offices and software for well over 17 other different network marketing companies because they come from a software background. As a matter of fact, Randy was one of the first people to sell NASA some goodies to help them launch one of the first space shuttles. And because of their background in software, they started doing back offices and fulfillment and commission runs for numerous different network marketing companies. So they figured out the good, the bad, and the ugly about direct selling and network marketing from the back end. Well, as they were learning this process, Wendy looked at Randy one day and said, "Hey, Randy, if I ever think about starting a network marketing company, please shoot me." And Randy looked at Wendy and said, "If I ever think about starting a network marketing company, please shoot me." Well, on September the 9th, 2009 at 9 p.m., neither one of them had a gun, and Jeunesse Global was launched. Not only was it launched in a global way, it was also launched as a family company as well. No, that is not the picture of the GQ magazine front cover. That is Scott Lewis, Wendy's son. He's also the chief visionary officer of Jeunesse, and someone that is working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can definitely promise, we can promise you that we have the energy to keep this company running forever and ever and ever. But when you have a company that is doing business in well over 100+ countries, when you got 35+ offices that are global, you need to make sure that you have the infrastructure that can handle that. So we've got country managers that are in charge of these different countries, ladies and gentlemen. We have a full-blown marketing department. We have our directors of logistics. We've got all these things in place that will catapult us to a $1+ billion company in the next few years, as we were already international. You see, you can be sitting in Tampa, Florida right now and enroll someone in the Dominican Republic. You can be sitting in the Dominican Republic right now and enroll someone in Israel. You could be sitting in Australia right now and enroll someone in Kenya. You could be sitting in Kenya right now and enroll someone in South Korea. You see, that's the benefit of having an international business. None of the "we're going there, we're going to get there one day, we know you have people in that market, we're going." No, we're already there, legally doing business in well over 100+ countries. Now let's talk a little bit about our product line here at Jeunesse. First of all, Jeunesse stands for youth in French. We're all about being forever young on the inside as well as the outside. So starting off with our skincare line, Luminous, whether it be our cleanse, whether it be our moisturizer, whether it be our night cream, whether it be our daily serum that people rave about, this product line is based on full-blown adult stem cell research, 30-day money-back guarantee, and well over 200-plus growth factors. We're going to talk about that here in a few moments. Then on the top right-hand side of the screen, you have our #1 bestseller, which is our product called Reserve. This is a resveratrol product full of antioxidants, does some amazing things to your body, super crazy ORAC score, but something that you take on a daily basis. Then we have our Affinity product. Our Affinity product is scientifically proven to lengthen your telomeres. Now, some of you might be saying, well, what is a telomere? I've never heard of a telomere. I didn't know what a telomere was before I joined Jeunesse either. See, telomeres are attached to every single cell inside of your body. They're part of your DNA. As you get older, your telomeres break off, kind of like the end of a shoelace. This is where a lot of disease and old age comes from. Well, it was scientifically proven if you can if you can lengthen telomeres, you're doing some amazing things inside of people's body, and I can legally say that this product is scientifically proven to lengthen your telomeres. Feel free to go Google it for yourself so you have the warm and fuzzies. Then we have an AM/PM product line. Obviously, people are taking daily multivitamins on a regular basis. We've got so many vitamins, so many minerals inside of our AM/PM line that we had to add an extra label just to show you everything that's in it, as well as another one of our products, which is a Propectin product that is also endorsed by Dr. Nobel himself from the Nobel Peace Prize. And this is a product that gets rid of heavy metals out of your body. And this is just a handful of the product line. But some of you probably heard about another product that we're going to talk about here in a few moments, so hold tight. But let's get into our Luminous line here really quickly, which was invented by Dr. Nathan Newman. And how we came across the Luminous line is that Randy was actually getting some stem cell work done on his knee 5+ years ago. And when he was getting this work done on his knee, Dr. Newman was his doctor. And Dr. Newman started sharing with him a little bit about the Luminous product line and what it was doing from a skincare perspective. Well, Randy started looking at all the different testimonies and looking at the different growth factors. Can everybody still hear my voice? And he started looking at all of the different testimonials that are out there. And one of the things that he did is as he started looking at it over and over and over, he asked Dr. Newman, how many of these are you selling? And Dr. Newman said, about 40 a month. And he said, well, how would you like to sell 40,000 per month? And lo and behold, that's how Jeunesse was launched with the Luminous line, ladies and gentlemen. If everybody can still hear me okay, please let me know. I've got a couple of people that are saying that they aren't, and I don't want anybody to miss out. Awesome. So this product line has well over 200+ growth factors, ladies and gentlemen. And let's get into some facts about the product line. Let's get into some facts about it. First of all, when we get down to the clinicals, ladies and gentlemen, 100% of the people that went through this clinical study stated that they would recommend the product to their family or friends. 87% felt that their skin looked younger. 87% felt an improvement in their skin's smoothness as well as luminosity. And 74% felt an improvement in their skin's firmness. Now, here's the beauty of this, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that a picture is worth what? 1,000 words. We've heard that 1,000 times, right? So I want to go through some pictures here, and these are all 30-day before and after pictures. And I want to make you aware that there's no hanky-panky done to any of these pictures. There's no Photoshop, none of that good stuff. All 30-day results. And I want you to look at the left-hand side of the screen and then the right-hand side of the screen. And look at the phenomenal results that you see after only 30 days, before, after. Now, because I love class participation, please roll along with me and let me know, is it me or can you see the dramatic difference in these before and afters? Only 30 days, before, after. 30-day results. And as you go through these pictures, I want you to sit back and think, if I know anybody who has a face, 30-day results, before, after. No, there's nothing dramatic that was done to the lightness of this picture. Before, after. That's the product. Before, after. Do you know anybody who has a face? Do you know anybody who has skin? Before, after. 30-day result. 30-day result. Before, after. Oh, it gets a little better. Before, now I got to stop with this one. Are you kidding me? There was like 17 more people that just joined since we started doing the before and after pictures. Welcome to all 500 plus of you. Look at that before and after picture. Left-hand side before, right-hand side after. Obviously, she's smiling more in this picture. Look at the dramatic difference in her skin. Now, look at this picture, before, after. Oh, it gets better. Before, after. Ladies and gentlemen, keep it in mind that Jeunesse stands for what? Youth in French. We're all about being what? Forever young on the inside as well as the outside, whether it be our skincare line. When you sit back and you think about it, not one of you on this webinar, not any of the 503 of you that are on this webinar right now have ever woke up and said, I can't wait until I look like I'm 272 years old. Everyone wants to look younger and feel younger, whether it's on the outside, whether it's on the inside, whether it be with our reserve product, whether it be with our affinity product, turning back the hands of time, whether it be with our AM, PM line. But some of you heard about a little product called Instantly Ageless. Some of you heard about a little product that gives you instant gratification. Now, what I just showed you previous were all 30-day results. Now, I want you to keep in mind that you have been walking around with the same skin for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, however many years young you may be. And because of that, you've got to give the product a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to really kick in. So we give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. But, you know, we understand that we live in an instant gratification society. We live in a right-now society that people don't want to wait for anything. People don't want to wait. There's 80% of the people that are on this webinar right now that are waiting for me to tell them how much is it to get started, because people are impatient. Everybody wants everything right now. See, we're on January the 5th, 2015. Do you realize that 70% of the people who wrote down they wanted to lose a few pounds, they also wrote that down in January of 2014? But because they didn't see instant results quick enough, they stopped going. You know, there's people in the next few weeks that are going to be getting back their W-2s. And they're going to go do their taxes early because they can't wait 4 to 6 weeks for the government to mail them a check. So they're going to pay an extra $200 to $500 to get a rapid refund. Instant gratification. There's some of you that are on the webinar right now that had a Hot Pocket for lunch. It took 2 minutes to cook the Hot Pocket. 2 whole whopping minutes. If I look at your house right now and look at the microwave, there's still 36 seconds left because the Hot Pocket started bubbling. You thought it was done, so you opened up the microwave. Instant gratification. We live in a right now society. Whether you like it or not, everybody wants everything right now. Now, when I saw this product, it blew my mind, because typically in network marketing, ladies and gentlemen, you have a product that you have to explain. You have to be a scientist. You have to be a biologist. You got to talk about some berry that grew in the Himalayan mountains that's going to help you grow your leg back. You've got to talk about white blood cells and red blood cells, and you've got to do the #1 fear on planet Earth, which is public speaking. But when you've got a product that gives you 2-minute results, it speaks for itself. They apply the product at 4:02, they see a result at 4:04. They've got bags, they've got wrinkles, they've got crow's feet. Instant gratification. Microwave magic. Now, as I go through these testimonials here, these before and afters here, I want you to keep in mind that these are all 2-minute results. instant gratification, right now results. Now, is it me, or do you see the difference in this young lady's eyes? Are you kidding me? I can't even go. I shouldn't even have to show you any more slides. Look at that. Is it me? Communicate with me here. There's a gazillion of you on the webinar. Here, let's show you another one. Is it me, or do you see that dramatic difference? Ladies and gentlemen, before, after. 2 minutes. 2-minute result. Before, after. People were asking me, well, Cedric, does it work on men? It works with anybody who has a face. Before, after. Look at that dramatic difference. Talk about taking 10 years younger, taking someone to look 10 years younger in 2 minutes. Look at that result. Look at this one. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that after picture. Look at her bags. Look at that dramatic difference. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. How many people do you know that have a face? I want you to think about each and every person that you know that has a face as I go through these slides. And I want you to think about 2-minute results. I want you to think about 2-minute results. Not 30 minutes, not 90 days, not 6 months, 2-minute results. You know, I had a gentleman that said, Cedric, I love the product. Who am I going to talk to? And I said, everybody in your phone starting off with the letter A has a face. If they don't have a face, they probably don't have a phone. Everybody has a phone and everybody has a face. I want you to keep that in mind. Let's keep this thing really, really simple. We as human beings tend to overthink things sometimes. Look at the before and after shots, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a gazillion of these. I mean, we have a gazillion of them. Younger people, older people, lighter skin, darker skin. It doesn't matter. Look at my partner, Lisa Carter. Look at those results there. Look at that before and after. Dramatic. Dramatic results. Remember, everybody, I stated 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Now, what other product do you know that you can do a demo with someone, whether it's their eyes, whether it's their cheeks, whether it's their forehead, if they've got wrinkles, if they've got crow's feet, whatever the case may be. It works on all of that. It works on all of that. I mean, look at this really, really strong close-up. And for those of you that are business people, I'm sure the cash register is chinging in your mind right now. Look at my buddy Chris York. Are you kidding me? Look at that. First of all, she was already beautiful before that, but look at her eyes now. Are you kidding me? Look at that dramatic difference. Look at that dramatic difference. Ladies and gentlemen, look at these results. Again, the proof is in the pudding. Absolutely, for that person that's asking, does it work on forehead wrinkles? Absolutely. Now, I want you to keep in mind something here. You're talking about a product, ladies and gentlemen, that gives them that result that works for up to 6 to 8 hours. So it works for up to 6 to 8 hours, okay? And they're going to be able to see that dramatic result. God, every time I look at these pictures, I'm just like, I'm totally amazed even more and more and more. Totally amazed even more and more and more. And we've already done some crazy numbers in sales. And the more and more I look at these pictures, the more amazed I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're talking about a product, first of all, that there's 25 tubes in each box. The product is $64.95 retail, $34.95 wholesale. One tube can last up to 2 days. There is 4 to 5 applications in each tube. We have distributors right now that are selling tubes for $5 to $20 per tube. Per tube. Okay? Because who wouldn't want to look pretty for a day? Think about all the people that you know that go to spas and get makeup done and whatever the case may be, where they're not walking around with that every single day. They do have to take a shower and a bath. Okay? So we're talking about that instant gratification, so one phenomenal price point, and it's also a great lead-in to our permanent gratification line, which is our Luminous. So this is going to just give them a cosmetic topical work for 6 to 8 hour temporary fix. Then we bring them into our Luminous line, which is the permanent fix, whether it be our serum, whether it be our moisturizer complex, whether it be our night repair, whether it be our cleanser. But we did say that we're about being forever young inside and out. And we are aware that there are people right now that want to get their sexy back, especially in January. So for all of those people that want to shave a few pounds and get your sexy back and drop some inches, we have the Zen Effect for you, which consists of, first of all, a whey protein shake with probiotics, no artificial sweeteners, no soy, no sucralose. We also have another product called Zen Shape, which is an all-natural fat burner there that has the mango extract in it, the green tea leaf extract, as well as raspberry ketones. Then we have our Zen Fit, which is also 12 grams of protein. It's an amino acid drink. It tastes like your mother's Kool-Aid, and it comes in watermelon and fruit punch. Ladies and gentlemen, we have people that are getting phenomenal results with the Zen Effect. So for all of you that want to get your sexy back, there you go. There you go. So being forever young on the inside as well as being forever young on the outside. That's what Jeunesse is all about, and that's our full-blown product line, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm just curious right now, is there anyone on the webinar that wants to know how we actually get paid? Is there anyone here that wants to know how we actually make money, being that all of you are still here? Now, before I get into that, I'm going to highly suggest whoever puts you on this webinar that you get with them ASAP. And the reason I say get with them ASAP because of the way our compensation plan is positioned. There's well over 504 people that are currently on this webinar right now. And those of you that get positioned first are going to have people placed under them. That's just called a clue as I go through this rest of these slides here. Now, first way we get paid is through retail profit. With our retail profit, when someone comes to your website and they pay retail for the product. In this particular example, they pay $134.95 for a particular product. Your wholesale cost is $83.95. The retail profit is $51 that you're going to make in a commission. Plus, you're going to have points that are going to go into your binary tree that we're going to explain to you here momentarily. Okay? For an example, someone goes to your website and they purchase Instantly Ageless. They pay $64.95 for Instantly Ageless. Your cost is $34.95. That means that you're going to make a $30 spread there. Okay, and that happens each and every time. One of the beautiful things about our company, ladies and gentlemen, is that we have a significant amount of customers, which is how you build a sustainable business. The next way we get paid is with our Get To and It's Paid For You program. I know some of you are used to Get 3 and It's Free. I have no idea why all these things have to rhyme. But if you know two people who have a face, two people who have skin, and they become preferred customers, and all a preferred customer is someone who's on auto ship. They're getting the product on auto ship, so they're going to receive a discount because of that. You get two customers. For every two customers you get, $50 bonus and free product. You get another two customers, $50 bonus and free product. You get another two customers, $50 bonus and free product. The next way we get paid inside of Jeunesse is with our Fast Start commissions. Our Fast Start commissions. Now, I'm going to cover our Fast Start commissions as well as the 5 different ways to get started in Jeunesse simultaneously. So the first way is with our basic package. Our basic package is $199. You're going to receive approximately $199 worth of product. You have 100 points that are going to go into your binary tree, and that pays out a $25 Fast Start commission. Then we have the Supreme package, which is $499. That's going to give you $499 worth of product. That is going to put 300 points into your binary tree. And that's also going to grandfather you at a higher position in the compensation plan, which allows you to get a 20% check match grandfather for 90 days. And I'm going to explain to you what that means shortly. Then we have the Jumbo package, $799. You're going to receive $799 worth of product. It's going to grandfather you at a 20% check match level 1, 15% check match level 2, We're going to put 400 points inside of your binary tree. Can everybody still hear my voice okay? And it's going to pay out a $200 fast start commission. Then we have our 1-year jumbo package. Our 1-year jumbo package is $1,800. That's going to prepay your business for the entire year. That means you do not have an auto ship on a monthly basis. It's going to save you approximately $250. It's going to allow you to be grandfathered at a 3-level check match of 20%, 15%, and 10% for 90 days. And we're going to initially put 400 points inside of the binary tree. And over the next 11 months, an additional 660 points for a total of 1,060 points. Plus, we're going to pay out a $200 fast start commission. And the ambassador package, which is our most popular package, that's $1,100. That's going to be $1,100 worth of product. 500 points are going to go into your binary tree, and it's going to pay out a $250 fast start commission. Now, don't worry if you don't understand all of this on day one. You didn't understand everything about your job on day one either, and they had training. So don't worry, we will help you with that. Now, let's get into the residual side of it, which is one of my favorites. Now, we have a 1/3, 2/3 binary. What does that mean to you in English? When you have one person on the left or the right, however you want to call it, that has 300 points on one team, and when you have 600 points on the other team, that triggers a $35 cycle bonus. 300 points on one team, 600 points on the other team, that triggers a $35 cycle bonus. Now, remember in the previous slides, every package has a point value. It doesn't matter if they come in as a distributor or if they come in as a customer. All of those points accumulate. All of the points that are placed under you count. All of the points from your team members under you count, which is the second reason why whoever put you on this webinar, you want to get with them ASAP, because you have the ability to have people under you or above you. That is totally your choice based on timing. So when you have 300 points on one leg, 600 points on the other, $35 cycle, you can cycle 750 times per week. That is the equivalent of $26,250 per week, or $105,000 per month. Is there anybody on the webinar who would be cool with an extra $105,000 per month? Anybody cool with that? I'm just curious. Just an extra $105,000 a month that was coming into your household. Now, I know some of you are on the webinar saying, well, yes, Cedric, that's in a perfect world. And you're right. That is in a perfect world. However, I want you to venture this. You know, if you left this webinar right now and you ran 9 red lights, there's a good chance you wouldn't make it to number 10. You know, if you're in college right now and you skipped 90% of your classes, there's a good chance you won't graduate. If you're married right now, when you cheat on your husband or your wife 90% of the time, there's a good chance that you might not be alive tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you eat a lot of food all the time, 90% of the time, there's a good chance you're going to be overweight. But if you fail this equation by 90% of the time, you only get 10% of it correct. You fail it by 90% of the time. You screw it up 90% of the time, you still make $2,625 per week. Now, let's break that down to the ridiculous for some of you that maybe can absorb that one. Would you be cool with an extra $2,625 per week? Please don't answer that question, because that is a dumb question. Now, let's talk about the check match. Let's talk about the check match here really quickly. This is my favorite portion of the compensation plan, the check match. You see, this is when it gets really, really sexy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 45 people currently right now that are making between $1 million to $8 million per year inside of our comp plan. $1 million to $8 million per year inside of our comp plan in 5 years. Majority of that money is coming from what you see here. You see, and I'm going to start off with the Sapphire level, because if you come in at the $1,100 or $1,800 level, you're grandfathered at the Sapphire level. That means that if you personally bring in Johnny, and Johnny makes $10,000 in a month, you're going to make 20% of $10,000, which is $2,000. Johnny brings in Mary. Mary makes $10,000 in a month. You're going to make 15% of that, or $1,500 a month. Mary brings in Brian. Brian makes $10,000 in a month. You don't even know Brian, but you make $1,000 a month in a check match. You don't know Brian, but boy, don't you love Brian. And ladies and gentlemen, that check match goes up to 7 levels, and it pays up to 75%. Up to 75% in a total check match. Now, how is that possible? First of all, do you know at least 5 people who have a face? Because if you know at least 5 people who have a face and you get 5 customers, your check match went from 20% to 25%. If you know 10 people who have a face, your check match just went from 25% to 30%. So let's back up here for a second. That means off of 30%, every time one of your personal distributors makes $35, you make $10. They make 35, you make 10. They make 35, you make 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how the big money is made inside of this compensation plan. But we also have a little bonus that's going on right now, that if you achieve the rank of Pearl, this was launched on December the 1st and runs all the way up till January the 31st. You achieve the rank of Pearl, which is simply you going out and helping 8 people get 1 on the left or 1 on the right, or you personally bring in 12 people. When you do that with a total of $6,000 in volume, you make a $3,000 bonus. If you go out and help 12 people get 1 on the left and 1 on the right, with a total of $15,000 in volume, you get an additional $3,000 bonus for a total of $6,000 in bonus money. Then we have our diamond pool. The average diamond inside of Jeunesse makes $1 million plus per year. This is where we take 3% of the company's commissionable volume and we put it inside of a pool. The average diamond is pulling out anywhere between $200,000 to an extra $700,000 plus per year out of this pool, which is very, very sexy. Then we have so many trips that are going on. You know, we have a big emerald and diamond trip that's going on right now at the Waldorf Astoria in Hawaii. We've got another trip coming up here in Dubai. We have another trip coming up in Mexico that a significant amount of people on our team already won. So we understand, ladies and gentlemen, that this is about lifestyle and this is one life-changing opportunity. But, you know, I just don't want you to hear it just from me. You know, I want you to be able to hear it from other people that are out there that not only are crushing it, but that are coming from so many different backgrounds at the same time. And I want to start off by just making my way up to Arizona. I'm going to pop into Tucson, Arizona, and this young lady, I tell you, she has the heart of a champion, and I will let her tell her story really quickly, but she's come into this business and has blown through the ranks very, very quickly and has eliminated any and all excuses on why someone can't do a business. So let me pull out newly crowned Sapphire Elite, my buddy, Miss Danny McDermott. Let's see if she made it. Danny, are you there, superstar?
I'm here. Can you hear me all right, Sid?
I've got you loud and clear. Take it away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cedric. Hey, guys, welcome to the webinar. Thank you so much for having me on. I wanted to share my story with you. Back in 2011, I was a nurse working in a hospital and also was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases, psoriatic arthritis, Crohn's disease, and lupus. And if anybody knows anything about those diseases, they can be debilitating. So it was really taking a toll on my body. I was also diagnosed with cancer in the end of 2011, uterine cancer, and had to have emergency surgery. I lost my job. We were a month out from Christmas, and I had to do something. We were definitely a 2-income family. So I jumped right into network marketing. My husband thought we were going to be homeless because, you know, it's one of those things, one of those scams. Then 4 months, I was making a 6-figure income, and I haven't looked back. So let me tell you a little bit more. For 5 weeks now, actually longer than that, about 9 weeks, so 5 weeks permanently, I've been unable to walk. See, I finally did my ankles in, and I've been in a wheelchair, and so I can't walk. I can't bathe myself. I'm in a wheelchair, non-weight bearing, can't kneel because I use bones out of my knees, and so I'm pretty dependent on help. So I just sit here with a laptop and a phone and a remote control and a pad and paper and my scheduler, and I build a business. Anybody can do it. Why in the world would I want to live on a $600 a month disability check, Cedric? Back to you.
Thank you so much, Danny. You have the heart of a champion, and we truly appreciate you, and congratulations on hitting Sapphire and duplicating Sapphires. You unequivocally rock. You know what? But that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, coming from any and all sorts of backgrounds, no matter who you are and where you come from. You know, let's take a quick trip up to Canada here real quick. You know, this young man, I tell you, has been crushing this business. Let's see if he made it to the webinar here. I don't see him here. Actually, maybe we aren't going to Canada just yet. We're going to wait for him to come back in because I don't see him in here real quick. All righty. So let's see here. Let's take a quick trip to Alabama. Hold on. Let me see if my buddy from Alabama made it to the line. Now, this young lady, I tell you, she invents spirituality. You know, she is someone that doesn't come from a background of building a bunch of network marketing businesses. There's someone that is very, very trusting and leads a strong women ministry group of well over 800 plus women. And she has come inside of this business and has unequivocally crushed it. And I'm going to let her take the next minute to tell her quick story. So Misty Raines, we are getting ready to pull you out there, superstar. So let's see if we can't find you there. There you are. Misty, can you hear me okay?
I just hung up on the call.
Misty, can you hear me? Misty, we've got you unmuted. I just heard you a second ago. Can you hear me? Hello, Misty. Can you hear me? We've got background noise with Misty. We're going to let a text message come in and figure out what's going on with Misty there really, really quickly. Let me take a trip here to New York. This gentleman is one of the best marketers that I know of on the planet. He's also 1/3 of the Simple Advertise team, and is someone who has assisted us in building a phenomenal system that also comes from a military background. So let me see if my man, Mr. Mike Grady, made it to the line. Mike, are you there?
I'm here, Cedric. Can you hear me?
I've got you loud and clear, my friend. Take it away.
Well, thank you, Cedric. Thank you for having me on the webinar. It's really an honor and a pleasure to be associated with Jeunesse and with Team Takeover and yourself. You know, you mentioned I was in the military, and just real quick, I'll tell people about my story. For 6 years, from 2001 to 2007, right after I got out of high school, went into the Air Force and did a lot of things. And long story short, I actually became the Airman of the Year for the squadron that I was with over in England in 2003. And I did that because I really believed in the 3 core values of the Air Force, which is number 1, integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. I really, really believe that, and I did that in every aspect of my life, or at least I tried to, right, the best I could. And those core values have made it with me even after I left the Air Force and I got involved in network marketing or internet marketing, direct selling, whatever you want to call it, back in 2008. And, I'm going on 8 years now in the game, and I've learned a ton. I've done it full time. And you're talking to someone that's also been through a personal foreclosure, been almost bankrupt, been broke for years. But finally, a few years ago, it started turning around because I actually got to meet my business partners, Vincent Webb and Eric Sharp, and we created Simple to Advertise. And ever since then, we've been able to build the best online and offline marketing systems that network marketing has ever seen, because we're actually in the trenches, we're actually building, we're actually doing what we say to do within the system, and all our results become everybody else's results, right? Because we just tell people it's simple. You drive traffic to pages, you generate leads, you call them, you use your 3-way call training, you use your ability to talk and communicate with people, and you get people to buy into Jeunesse and to buy into the idea and buy into the opportunity. And Jim Rohn is someone that I learned a lot from, and he said that success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And that's what we like to do. We like to focus on simple by using the internet the right way to assist this team in building their businesses. The system that we build is specifically designed to help people make more money without the hassle of knowing how to set everything up that goes in to a well-oiled machine and a fully functioning system. Because too many times people will quit before they even get set up because it can get so complicated. So that's why we built it. We don't want you to have to worry about building lead capture pages, landing pages, banners, hosting, writing autoresponders, knowing how to integrate an actual built-in autoresponder, which is in the system as well. The training you get, our solid traffic sources, everything. We want you to enjoy your life because, let's face it, that's why you're here right now. You want to be free, and we want that for you as well. We're serious about it. We've done the hard part, okay? We've done the hard part by putting it all together, lining it all up, getting the proper leadership together, finding the company, building the system. And now we're even providing hands-free traffic and team co-ops, which generate additional traffic and leads on top of what you're already doing, building the businesses through the plans and through the training that you're going to learn once you get involved. And it's so simple. Virtually everything is done for you on a silver platter here. Now all you need to do is join and get back to the person who invited you here, and take action and lock arms with us, because I promise you, when you lock arms with Team Takeover and Cedric Harris and Jeunesse, Simple to Advertise, and all the great leadership that's on this team, the only regret you'll ever have is that you didn't get involved 30 days ago. Cedric, back to you.
Thanks so much, Mike. I truly, truly appreciate it. Every time I hear you, you make me want to join again. I think my buddy Misty made it back to the line here really quickly, and we're going to talk a little bit about those systems here really shortly and show you what we're talking about as well. So hold tight for a few more minutes, because there's a few more people that I want to pull out, as well as I want to show you what Mike is talking about. But let me see if my partner Misty Bryson made it to the line now. Misty, you're unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me, Cedric?
I've got you, but you've got a very, very bad echo, superstar.
Okay, is that okay now?
You're a lot better now. Take it away for the next minute, please. Can you hear me, Misty? Misty, can you hear me, Misty? Misty's having some technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to come back to Misty here shortly. But I want to jump into the systems here really quickly before we pull out a couple more of these testimonies. So really quickly, just like Mike said, you know, we're all about marketing systems. We understand that the key word inside of network marketing is marketing. You know, some people might tell you network, and I could take a marketer and drop a marketer off in the middle of Idaho that doesn't know a soul, but because they know how to market, they can build a team of 1,000+ people in 30 days. Now, here's some examples of some of the pages that you have access to as a member of our team. This is for our team only. Now, these are not corporate pages. These are all done by our team. My man, Mr. Mike Grady, Eric Sharp, and Vince Webb, the best of the best that are rock and rolling here with us, that are building alongside of us at the same time. But this kind of gives you an idea of some of the goodies that you have at your fingertips. Now, this is one very, very clean page, as you can see, you know, that people can go and check out all about Instantly Ageless. They can download a PDF. They can actually check out the compensation plan. They can look at a 14-minute video. So they want to look at the 2-minute video, they look at the 2-minute video. If they want to buy the product, they can just simply buy the product. They want to find out more information, they click on Find Out More. And that's going to take them to a 14-minute video that they can actually see everything about our opportunity, okay, which is extremely important. They want to see about the compensation plan. They click on compensation plan video, and voila, they can check out the comp plan. So you have this at your fingertips inside of a system that's built for our team only. That's just one page that you have access to. Let me show you some of the goodies that you've got at your fingertips here really quickly, okay? So when we talk about marketing, we talk about the front end, we talk about the back end, we talk about online, we talk about offline, and my philosophy is that when you go to invade a country, you don't invade the country with just Marines. You invade the country with the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, and the Navy. And what I mean by that is that you do it online as well as you do it offline. We have the best of both worlds. So let's look at some of these other tools that you have at your fingertips. So you want to take that person through a full-blown funnel where you want to grab their name, email, phone number, and everything. Here's an example of one of our pages that you can actually do that with right here. Kind of gives you an idea of what you can do and gather all that information. And some of you have already come through some of these pages already. They get to choose whether they're male or female. They click on whether they're male or female. They put in their information. Very, very high converting capture pages that we have here, ladies and gentlemen. They click on watch video, and then it takes them to the 2-minute video. If they clicked on they were a woman, it's going to pull up the woman video. If they clicked on that they were a man, it's going to pull up the men's video. Okay, if they want to see the other one while they're on the page, they can just click there. They want to get access, takes them right to the 14-minute video. They can buy the product, join your team, or they could check out the comp plan. Everything that they want to do, ladies and gentlemen, right within the system. You want to be able to utilize one of our recorded webinars, just like the one that you're currently on right now, which happens to be live. You can simply send someone directly to a recorded webinar where you do not have to do all the talking, and you can allow the system to do the talking for you. So this is a full-blown webinar presentation that I conducted that you have access to, that your prospects can look at the whole entire webinar, get all of their questions answered. After they do so, they simply join your team or get all of the questions answered that they need answered from you, okay? Just that simple, okay? We're making this hands-on for you, okay? Now, the other thing that we have at our disposal is obviously we can kind of see who's doing what out there. So this is kind of giving you an idea of who's doing what and whether or not our systems are working. You know, we have well over 2,100 people that have joined our team in the past 45 days alone. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of lead flow, and we've got different ways of getting traffic, whether it's through co-ops or whether it's through Facebook training or YouTube or face-to-face or text messaging, the video. We train you on that type of stuff. But if we look at Paul, who just happens to be an unequivocal rock star, has 49 leads today. My man Big D, 45 leads today. Nick, 28 leads today. Jeannie, 23. Renee, 14. Bractus, 14. Tyree, you go, Tyree. 13 leads, 13. Lisa, 10, 9, 9, 9. These are people that are running traffic through our system, ladies and gentlemen. And we have traffic. So you want co-ops? We've got co-ops that you can tap into. Okay, we've got the training from the daily training calls. What is a co-op? A co-op is an advertisement that allows us to get down the numbers when we buy traffic. So we're now pooling money together. So instead of us spending $5,000 one time, we pool together $50 at a time to now invest that $5,000, which brings down the cost of the leads that allows everybody to participate. So now someone can participate for as little as $40, $50, $60 versus having to put up $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. We have tip of the day calls that happen each and every day for you to be able to tap into. And this is just a snapshot, ladies and gentlemen, just a snapshot. But you know what? I want to bring out one of my friends here really quickly that is a second, third generation networker, someone who has really been building her business really big. First Sapphires on our team representing that beautiful state of Maryland, and this is building one amazing team all over the place. Let me see if my partner, Boomy Moore, made it to the line. Boomy, you are now unmuted. Can you hear me, Boomy?
I can hear you loud and clear. Am I coming through okay?
You are loud and clear, superstar. Take it away for the next minute.
Fantastic. You know, I'm so excited about this opportunity. I can't stand it. I feel so blessed that about 7 weeks ago, Brian Patterson out of California texted me that 2minuteskinmiracle.com, and I remember it was a Thursday. And I was about to do another opportunity call for a business that I was currently in, and so I'm watching this 2-minute video. My mouth is literally hung wide open, and I'm like, whatever this is, I've got to find out more about it. But I couldn't get on the call that night because I had another call to get on, but the next day I absolutely watched that, and I said, I knew this is something that I had to be a part of. Being a leader in 2 other businesses, you know what? It didn't even matter. I said, I've got to add this into what I was doing. I just felt it was so strong that the instant gratification product was something that would really help to put instant money in people's pockets, that I had to bring this to my team and add this in. And that's what I did in a short amount of time. We're just, as you said, breaking records, made Sapphire, won a $6,000 bonus. But it's not about me. It's about all the people that I can help with this. And when I heard what was going on with Team Takeover, that's what really moved me. In addition to Jeunesse, it was the fact that Cedric had a system. People don't make money because they don't have systems. System stands for save yourself time, energy, and money. And so he had that internet marketing system, and the timing of Jeunesse being a solid but young 5-year-old company, but just coming here to the United States. That excited me, and all of the momentum that was going on with Team Takeover. I said, these are winning conditions where if I bring somebody here, they can absolutely make money. And I have people who have not gotten any checks before in this industry. They are getting checks. They're signing up people and getting paid. So I'm excited to lock arms with Cedric. So everybody out there, I'm telling you, if you think long, you think wrong. Successful people are decisive. Go ahead and get started with us and Team Takeover tonight. Back to you, Cedric.
Thanks so much, Boomy. Totally appreciate you and your leadership. Let me take a quick ride out to North Carolina, and we're going to wrap this up here, ladies and gentlemen, in the next 5 minutes. So for my last-minute testimonies that are on the line, please let's keep it to 1 minute, because I want to definitely wrap up this call here in a little bit. For those of you that are looking, there's quite a few of you that have typed in, you're ready to get started right now. Get with the person who put you on the webinar, text them, send them a smoke signal, send them an email, reply back to the email, send them a Facebook message, and definitely get rocking and rolling ASAP. Let's see if my man Daryl Keck made it to the line. Hey, Daryl, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Daryl, you've been in the industry for quite a while, my man. Why don't you tell everybody why you decided to lock arms with Jeunesse? Take the call here for the next minute, if you would.
All right. Thank you so very much, Cedric. Yeah, guys, I've been out here for over 20 years. I've been in companies. I've made money. The company was gone, or they started doing crazy things, and I was gone. But with this right here, when I saw this, I said it what so many other people said. Is this real? Is this Photoshop? Come on. This can't really be happening. And if it is really happening, where do I sign? I'm ready to go. Because, guys, again, I've been out here for a long time. You want to go somewhere where you can make a home, somewhere where my story is a little bit similar to Cedric, where, you know, made a lot of money, but you want to go somewhere where 10 years from now you can pass this your company on to your kids. You want to 25, 30 years from now, you want to be able to pass it on to your grandkids. You want to be able to pass this business down, and you don't want to have something that you're going to have to keep redoing. You know how hard it is, guys, to start rolling, like a car rolling down the street or driving down the street, and you have to stop and start. That takes a lot of energy, guys, and it takes things out of you by that happening. But what if you could keep going and keep building? Because this technology, the stem cell technology, is great. It's fantastic. You know, guys, I've been in the medical industry myself and understand the telomeres. I knew about those before I got with this. And again, when I saw this company, I saw what was going on, I knew I had my self in the right place, the right time, with the right company, and I love what's going on, and I'm going to continue to make it from sapphire to ruby to diamond to triple diamond on up there, because I've made a home and I will be here. Back over to you, Cedric.
Thanks so much, Daryl. I appreciate it. You and Boomy just out there crushing it. First Sapphires on our team. So proud of you. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Now, let's try this one more time, because I love her so much. I'm going to try for the last time. Let's see if Misty made it to the line this time. Misty, you are unmuted. Can you hear me?
Cedric, can you hear me?
I've got you. Take the floor away for 60 seconds, superstar. The ball is yours.
Awesome. You guys, one thing I love so much about this opportunity is that you can bring what you have, no matter how small and insignificant than you think it is. It's sort of like the little boy in the Bible with the 2 fishes and 5 loaves of bread. Bringing what you have and watching the miracle happen. I started with this company just a month ago, bringing what I had, thinking, you know, not really thinking that I had much in my hand. And seeing the multitudes being fed from this opportunity has been such a blessing to my heart and to my life. I'm seeing people who've never had success with network marketing before just be tremendously successful. Seeing people rank advance that have never experienced anything like that. That's the power of an amazing product, of an amazing team, of an amazing system. I'm so thankful for the leadership in this team and what we've been able to see. A month later, 40 personals later, a team of about 70 people later, tons and tons of boxes of Instantly Ageless. being shipped out and total lives being changed, tears filling people's eyes as they're seeing, you know, the impact of this product. It's just been amazing. I'm so incredibly humbly blessed to be here, to be a part of this incredible movement. And if you're on this webinar right now, the timing is impeccable. You could not have fallen under the voices of these people here tonight at a more important time. And I hope that we get to meet you and work with you. And God bless every single person on this webinar. And may God just continue to increase you in everything that you do.
Thanks so much, Misty, for hopping on. We really appreciate your leadership and everything that you bring to the table. I want to go out to California here really, really quickly. A really, really good friend of mine, super duper leader inside of the direct selling industry, someone who was actually going to throw in the towel and give this game up, but after seeing a 2-minute jaw-dropping video, everything changed. So let me see if my buddy Lisa Carter made it to the line. Let me find her here really quickly. And we're going to wrap this webinar up here in the next minute or so. So give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to get with the person who put you on the webinar, get with that person ASAP so they can get you positioned inside of the business. Get with them and get their Jeunesse Global link ASAP like yesterday. All right, so let me go out to California. Let's see here. All righty, Lisa, I think I got you. There you are. Lisa, you are unmuted. Can you hear me, superstar?
I can hear you. I can hear you. And thank you so much, Cedric. You know, folks, for those of you that are on this call, for those of you that are looking at this webinar right now, you know, maybe you're like me. Maybe you're like me, like how I was just 2 months ago, where I had just given up on the industry. Now, mind you, the last 3 years in this industry, folks, I turned a one-time investment of $1,000 into $1 million in commissions, and I was getting ready to throw in the towel. Why is that? Well, like everybody, you know, we face disappointments, and I was disappointed with my last company. I was disappointed because the leadership changed. There were some things going on that just were not in alignment with my values, my morals, my faith. And I just made a decision that I just didn't want to do it anymore. But then Cedric called me. And he just simply asked me a question. He said, Lisa, have you seen the video? I said, what video, Cedric? He said, the video. You haven't seen the video? I said, Cedric, what video are you talking about? Now, folks, for all I know, he wants me to look at a puppy video or a cat jumping through a hoop video. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm like, what video? He's like, I'm going to send you the video over right now. Take a look at it and text me as soon as you're done watching it. Click. So I'm in my kitchen, and I'm making something to eat, and then all of a sudden my phone chimes, and I check my phone, and I click on the video link. And folks, what was supposed to be a 2-minute video turned out to be a 6-minute video for me because I had to make sure that what I was seeing was for real, so I had to watch it 3 times. And then I called Cedric, and then I asked him, is this for real, Cedric? And he said, yes. It is for real. And then he proceeded to tell me the story behind Jeunesse like he just shared with all of you here tonight. Folks, what you need to understand is that I was praying for something special. I was praying that God would open up a door so that I wouldn't have to go back and hang my license with a real estate broker, which I had just done a week prior to Cedric calling me. I was getting ready to go back to what I knew. But what I knew was not good. You see, I spent 5 years in the real estate industry, working my butt off, taking all kinds of time away from my children and my husband. I was going back to the one thing that I knew, but I didn't want to go back. And then something clicked in me, and I started thinking, wait a minute. This is a product that I don't have to wait 7 days, 30 days, 90 days for somebody to get results. 2 minutes. Wait a minute. I could do what Cedric did to me. I could call people, and I could say, have you seen the video? Have you seen the 2-minute video? Oh, my gosh, you've got to see this. Folks, it's been just a little over 2 months, and I personally enrolled over 35 people. What took me a year to make in 1 month, which was a high 5-figure income for the month, what took me a year to do in my former company in 1 month, I did my first month here. Folks, this is a legacy-changing game here. We're going to change lives every 2 minutes. And the question that I have for you is, will you please help us change lives every 2 minutes? Because we need you. We need you. Every second, somebody is turning 50 years old. Did you know that? Every second, somebody just turned 50. Somebody just turned 50. Somebody just turned 50. Every second, somebody's turning 50. And they're all going to be looking for products that will help them turn back the hands of time so that they feel younger and they look younger. And I know in my knower that they're going to be looking this way because we're going to do it 2 minutes at a time. There are no natural born winners and there are no natural born choosers. There are no natural born winners or natural born losers. There are only natural born choosers. My advice is that you would choose wisely. Get back with the person that invited you here tonight and make a choice. Help us change lives every 2 minutes. Cedric, back to you.
Thanks so much, Lisa. I appreciate your leadership and everything that you do for this team. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, whoever put you on this webinar cares about you because they wanted to share some information with you that could literally be life-changing. And one thing that we know about is that we know that people get in for the money, but they stay for the feeling. They get in for the money, but they stay for the feeling. And this is just a quick snapshot of our Facebook group that has close to 2,000 people in it. Right now, we have well over close to 2,200 team members that are on our team right now. And this is where we communicate all of our help, you know, our training. We know that you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. This is where all of our welcomes go on, the daily communication, everything that's happening via this webinar. A lot of things that are going on a regular basis happen right inside of this Facebook group. And as you can see, we are one very, very extremely diverse team. All shapes, all sizes, all demographics, all walks of life, all throughout the side, all throughout different parts of the world, we've got it all. So you can definitely feel good that you are in good hands with Allstate with this team. Now, as I wrap up this webinar, I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page because there's going to be a few of you that are going to do something when you leave this presentation that I would advise that you don't do, but I have to talk about it because some people are going to do it anyway. You know, some people are going to leave this presentation and go ask the opinion of someone who wasn't here what they think about something that they didn't see. You know, hey, Johnny, hey, I just got off one of those presentations. There's a whole bunch of people talking about we can make money with some skincare eye candy thingy. And some fast-talking seven-figure guy from Florida that was telling us that, you know, they built this crazy team and so they've done close to $1 million in sales in 45 days, and they built over 2,200 people in that time frame. And what do you think, Johnny? Now, Johnny wasn't here, and Johnny can only give you opinion of what he thinks. You know, my cousin tried one of those things back 20 years ago. I think it rhymes with Ramway. He tried that thing, and, you know, those things don't work. You see, if I were you, I wouldn't ask the opinion of someone who lives in a house that's smaller than yours. I wouldn't ask the opinion of someone who has a bank account the same size of yours or less. I would only take $1 million advice from $1 million people because someone who makes 10 grand a month can't show you how to make 50. Someone who makes $1,000 a month can't show you how to make 10,000 a month. Someone who is a multi-millionaire can't show you how to be a multi-billionaire. So if you want to be a millionaire, you might want to listen to one. If you want to be a thousandaire, you might want to listen to one. If you want to be a hundredaire, you might want to listen to one. Now I'm going to end this webinar with a quick story, and we're going to call it a wrap. You see, back in 2003, there was a little company that did an initial public offering called Google. Maybe you heard of them. I happened to be in the mortgage industry at the time, and we were making a killing. I picked up the phone, and I called up my financial advisor at Morgan Stanley, Mr. Dave Nicholson. Maybe Dave would get a copy of this webinar one day. Hi, Dave. Dave is based in Denver, Colorado. I picked up the phone, and I called up Dave, and I said, hey, Dave, I need you to put $500,000 on Google. He said, Cedric, you're nuts. I said, Dave, tell me something that I don't know. I need you to put $500,000 on Google. He said, Cedric, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And I said, Dave, why not? He said, because I was around when everybody lost their money in the last dot-com bust. And when your account is down 10 grand, you get upset. If you lose $500,000, it's going to be a problem. You're probably right, Dave, but I want you to put $500,000 on Google. It's my money, not margin money. If I lose, it's on me. Dave convinced me not to do it. I listened. 2 weeks later, Google was doubled. I picked up the phone and I called up Dave. Hey, Dave, what do you think now? Cedric, I know how you feel. I know how you feel. You know how I feel? Have you ever lost $500,000 in 2 weekdays? Well, no. Well, then you don't really know how I feel. I was only calling for one reason, Dave. Why was that, Cedric? You're fired. I need to move my money from Morgan Stanley to Raymond James, please. That's the only purpose of me calling you. You see, I had to sit at my old boss's house every single day for 2.5 years, Bill Edwards, who's worth close to $1 billion. And when I was the president of marketing for his mortgage company, we had a meeting every single day, 5 days a week for an hour at 8 o'clock in his house. And I had to tell him the story, and he started laughing. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't find the story very funny. And I looked at Bill, and I said, hey, Bill, what's so funny about that story? He said, you know what's so funny? When you guys go out and get a little bit of money, you decide to get a financial advisor. When the truth of the matter is, when you had no money, that's when you needed a financial advisor. Hey, Sid, how much money does your financial advisor make? I said, a little over $400,000 a year. He said, that's interesting. I pay you more than that every quarter. Why are you taking financial advice from someone who makes less money than you? That was the last day I took financial advice from someone who made less money than me. I might take spiritual advice. I might take health advice. I might take other types of advice, but it won't be financial, ladies and gentlemen. So don't set yourself up for that, because I got to live with the fact that I have to tell this story every day on the webinar. Nobody feels sorry for me, though, because the truth of the matter is everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out. Maybe it wasn't time for me to walk away with $16, $17 million at one time. I might have would have did some Mike Tyson stupid stuff and bought a couple of white tigers and helicopters and never wore the same outfit twice. Who knows? But the reality is this. Some of you can take that story and learn something from it. Don't take financial advice from someone who makes less money than you, because it could be one very expensive lesson. With that being said, there's well over 400 plus of you still on this webinar right now, an hour plus later. I want to thank you all for getting on the webinar. If I were you, I would get with the person who put you on this webinar ASAP. You need to get with them as if someone poured lighter fluid in the middle of your toenails. And get locked in ASAP. Any extra questions that you may have, get with the person who put you on this webinar and allow them to answer your questions, as well as they maybe can get you on a three-way call, as I'm going to be on another launch call in the next 15 minutes. So with that being said, God bless you all. Thank you for spending the last hour with us here on this webinar. Get with the person who put you on this webinar, and let's get rocking and rolling with you. We do these webinars live for you Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. Let's launch your 2015 off correctly and help you reach the financial goals of your dream. With that being said, my name is Cedric Harris, signing off in the flip-flop state that we call Florida. God bless you all. I look forward to seeing you on the webinar, and I'm going to end this webinar as I end all of the rest of them. There's 3 types of people on this planet: the type of people that make things happen, the type of people that watch things happen, and the type of people that have been on the webinar for the past hour that are wondering what happened. I'm going to give you the opportunity to figure out which one you are tonight. See you all at the bank.